sex with your soulmate sucks. So recently, sexpert Stacey Cox, yes, that's her real name, she went and she put a little piece in the Daily Mail. And she was saying that literally couples that are like so in love that they're one are having the worst sex. Okay, so this is how she's saying it. She says, quote, the couples who have the closest soulmate connection and the best relationships often have the worst sex lives. She goes on to say, because the same achingly wonderful intimacy that makes us yearn to merge as one obliterates desire by completely neutralizing sexual chemistry. So then she goes on to say that sometimes when you say, you know, I've married my best friend or I'm with my best friend, that can be a bad thing for your sex drive. And she says that one way to prevent this from happening is to have your own identity. No matter how in love you are, or how great of like chemistry relationship you have, make sure that you have your own likes and dislikes and that your identity stays intact. Thoughts, 5 words or less.
Honey, let's eat instead.
Love, comfortable. Sex, bothered. Hot.
What? That was awesome.
Honey, let's eat instead.
Oh.
Ew.
Oh.
It's the other side of the coin.
I would have to say, God, I agree. Keep your identity. And I think that's like the most important thing in any relationship. I see so many people, and even my previous relationship, it was so like engrossed in one that you feel like, oh, I can never live without this person.
Well, anyone read Cat's Cradle, Vonnegut? There's
Yes.
like, he talks about like duprasses. Your caress is like your team that you go through life with, but your duprass, he talks about some people that are so together and it seems so awesome, but it's like, they die at the same time.
Yeah,
Like, that's so sad. I don't even want to be that
Well, I
person.
think it's unhealthy too. I think those relationships where you lose yourself are unhealthy relationships. And apparently, according to her, that means that you're also having really bad sex. What about the couples that fight and don't fight? Do you think that you need like the couples that aren't fighting, that they're so happy that they're not having good sex, as opposed to the couples that do fight and have a little bit of friction?
You can have sex and it be comfortable and it's nice and it's like, oh, that was nice, honey.
Right.
But like, it's the passion. Like, the best sex is the sex with people that you don't really care about, and it's just, or you're angry at them, and you're just like, yeah. But the thing is that with the comfortable love, it's just so much more fulfilling. And
Now we know who hates
Now we know who likes angry sex.
I mean, you're making me think. I'm turning inward.
Brett's turned on.
So what would you say to the people that say, you know, the best sex is when you have an emotional connection, as opposed to...
Absolutely.
No.
It's longer lasting. Like,
I just think we can classify 2 different kinds of sex as great.
Yeah.
Like there's 2, you know, there's a kind, like sometimes I'm in the mood for a thriller and sometimes I'm in the mood for a rom-com.
Yeah.
And I can be equally happy after watching each, but I just don't always want a rom-com and I don't always want a thriller, which is why sometimes I just punch my girlfriend.
Donkey puncher.
Oh my God. Okay. Where is this going?
Okay, you just gotta spice it up, is what we're saying, right? You gotta spice it up.
Or, okay, so you could have a great one-night stand and you could be in a relationship and have horrible sex. It's not the emotional part. I think it's just find whatever works best for you. I think that's what this person is saying with find your own identity. Just like make sure that you're getting your
Right, because she's
piece
saying
of the
make
pie.
sure that you talk about your likes and your dislikes instead of like being so focused on like this oneness. She says that neutralizes the chemistry. So still be you, still fight for what you want, and that can also lead to hotter sex.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
It's tough. There's a lot going on. Someone has a definition of having a great relationship being one where there is no conflict. Like, there can still be conflict at times. You just have to be honest. You don't, this person, it seems like they're conflating people eventually getting along and people just kowtowing to what the other person has. And that's not really a soulmate relationship.
Right.
It might be symbiotic.
Do you guys believe in soulmates?
I think there's a handful.
I think there's a handful.
It's just like some live in Djibouti and I don't want to go there.
Then you're not aware of them.
some people are more compatible with others.
Yeah.
I like what she said, which is like, you need to make sure that you are yourself, because there's so many times when you go into relationships, you want to give so much that you end up changing yourself. And the thing is that the reason why they got into that relationship in the first place is because you were yourself. Right. And then that's when it gets boring and dry, is because you're both like, oh, what do you want? Oh, what do you want? And I think it's important to give.
Dull. You need to have some friction. I'm not saying that, you know, I'm not. You need to have some friction there. You need to be open to speaking your mind. And I'm sorry, when you speak your mind and someone has a different point of view as you know, that's going to cause, it doesn't mean that you have to fight unhealthily like Brett over here. But you should, you know, be free to speak your mind. I think it's more fun, too.
I don't really punch my girlfriend.
Please put a disclaimer. No punching girlfriends.
Only violent shaking.
Okay, so what do you guys think about this? First of all, do you believe in soulmates? Do you believe that if you're with a soulmate that you have horrible sex? Or do you think that's not true? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you all next time on Pop Trigger.